Skateboarding is ubiquitous in the world today. It's happening everywhere all the time. The sport is rapidly changing, so if you're new to taking to the streets on four wheels, there are a few things you should know about building your board. The first and most important thing to know is how to pick your deck. There are plenty of manufacturers to choose from. The first thing you want to look for, though, is size. The size determines what kind of skating you'll be doing, whether it be street, tranny, or vert. The size is the length and width of the board. Typically, lengths run from 30 to 37 inches long, while widths run 7 to 9 inches wide. Boards with a small length and width are usually used for street, whereas larger boards are used for vert and tranny. The second thing to look for is pop. This can be found by looking at the edge of the deck and measuring the curve of both the nose and the tail. The more extreme the amount of pop, the crisper your tricks will be. After finding the ideal size and pop for you, it's time to get it gripped up with the grip tape of your choosing. The second thing to know when building your board is what kind of trucks you'll need. The trucks are the backbone of the skateboard. It's important to look for a sturdy, reliable truck that is made with quality metal. Different trucks offer different experiences. Where one truck might be made of steel and offer strength, it would be heavy, which would slow you down and make it hard to get off the ground. Again, depending on what kind of skating you're going to be doing, you'll want a strong yet lightweight truck that can offer mobility and support. The third thing to keep in mind when shopping for your board is what wheels you'll be riding on. Wheels are very important to a skateboard for reasons other than just because you need wheels to move. Wheels dictate how much you'll stick to or slide on the surface on which you're riding. The hardness of each wheel type differs. Harder wheels make for higher speeds while sacrificing grip, whereas softer wheels reduce the speed but stick to the ground like Velcro. Like with all skateboard parts, the kind of skating you're doing will determine what kind of wheels you'll need. The final thing to remember about riding your board is the kind of bearings and hardware you want to ride with. Bearings are all about speed because that's where the speed comes from. They are classified by ABEC. The higher the number on the ABEC, say ABEC 7, the faster the bearings will rotate without stopping. Choosing a bearing is usually based on experience level. If you're new to the sport, try a bearing with a smaller number, like ABEC 5 or ABEC 6. The hardware is literally the nuts and bolts of the board. When choosing hardware, look for strong quality metal that offers support with some give. Knowing your parts and what they can do for you is as important to a board as knowing how to ride it. It may not be your dream board, but it will hold up with whatever skating you'll be doing. Keep these tips in mind when you find yourself building new boards, and maybe you'll become an expert too.